Expat Lifestyle with Bads. A lovely early Friday evening here in Florence with the Duomo in the background and the setting sun shining its beautiful rays on that structure. And what a structure it is. When you're here in Florence and you look at the Duomo, you're forever got that sense of awe, that sense of wonder. How did they construct that back in the 13th century? Truly amazing. Now, if you're new to my channel, thanks for dropping by and having a look. I hope you enjoy the episode. And of course, not forgetting my regular subscribers. Your support, always appreciated. Now, this episode is all about exploring that sense of wonder, because it's such a great thing to do for your well-being, because for that moment when you're looking at and just enjoying Mother Nature at its finest, for example, you do switch off mentally and all those distractions are lost for that moment. And that's it, you're in the moment, enjoying whatever it is you're looking at. Now, later in this episode, I'm going to share with you an art class that I participated in, and that came from the fact that I bought a piece of art, actually two pieces of art, from the artist, Caterina Balletti. So in the morning, I'm taking you to her studio and I'm going to show you around, and she's given me a 1 hour art class. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm walking over the Ponte Vecchio, the old bridge. Some great jewellery shops here too, by the way. 18, 22 carat gold, guaranteed, good quality. You do pay a bit more for the location. Now, on the middle of the bridge, it's a lovely vantage point to view the sunsets. That sense of wonder, that sense of awe, where you just enjoy the moment. Mother Nature at its finest. Not always. Let's just see what it looks like tonight. Call that a sunset? Have a look at this. So you do need a little bit of luck at times. And this particular sunset footage was taken about 6 weeks ago when I had the good fortune of being on a sunset boat cruise that went underneath this bridge along the Arno River. So tomorrow morning I'm going to take you to an art studio and I'm going to produce a bit of art myself and perhaps present that moment of awe and inspiration for you, that wonder. No, seriously, the purpose of taking you to this art shop is to show you a local artist who has a studio within the historical centre of Florence, and perhaps you might like some of the pieces that she produces, a real keepsake for you. So I'm looking forward to sharing that experience with you tomorrow and the location of the studio. It's always great to have some landmarks. With the Duomo behind me, we're heading along towards the art studio. It's probably only about a 5-minute walk, by the way, and there's some great areas to explore as you're going there, past the great Basilica of San Lorenzo, the home church of the Medici, and behind that is the Medici Chapel, and I spoke about that last week. On your way to the studio, you'll also pass the San Lorenzo leather markets too. Now, I think I should turn the camera around just to show you where I'm walking. And it's Saturday morning, mid-morning, so it's fairly busy, as always is the case here in Florence. So here is the Basilica of San Lorenzo. Looks unfinished from the outside, doesn't it? But I can guarantee it is beautiful inside, and that is the home church of the Medici family, because you see their palace is directly in front over there, just being renovated. So from here I'm walking behind the back of this basilica and past the leather markets to the art studio. And of course, if you like this video, please share, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. So if you've been to Florence, this might look familiar, this territory. The vintage fashion shops just down here, De Conti. This street to my right is Via Faenza, and it's quite a nice street there to get yourself a drink or something to eat. Very atmospheric. Now I'm walking towards the Santa Maria Novella train station, and it's probably 200-300 meters away. So just to give you a bit more perspective. And the art studio is just here in Via del Amarino. It's a lovely little laneway. So Caterina Balletti, classically trained, she's now, I guess, recognised as a flash artist. She's born in Sardinia, but has lived in Florence for a long, long time. And she's really inspired by Pinocchio and also Tuscany itself. Now Pinocchio, an iconic childhood fable. Now the author, Bolletti, he's a Florentine man, and he wrote Pinocchio in 1883. We all know, don't we, the story, but for me it's all about values and learning to make good decisions, to be respectful and earn trust. It's just like confidence, trust. So hard to build, so easy to lose, isn't it? Caterina is very much inspired by Pinocchio, and you'll see that with her unique, specific artwork in the shop. Speaking of artwork, if you want to see the 2 items I've purchased, I'll show you them towards the end of the video. Now, we better go into the shop. And Caterina Balletti's studio, art studio, is at 12 Via del Amarino. And here we are here, and we're already getting a glimpse of the influence of Pinocchio in the front window, aren't we?
Ciao.
Ciao Caterina. Buongiorno, come stai?
Bene, grazie. Allora, sorry for my English. Not good.
Yeah, better than my Italian.
This is technique named flash art. This color non watercolor, non acrylic, ma synthetic oil. For this technique non brush. Okay. Now mix roll and gum, for example. This is palette magic on the magic palette. Look this. Okay.
Ah, you like scratching it?
Yeah, looks pretty. This boss. You understand this? Your good life.
Okay. Haha, look at that. Molto bene.
Bravissimo, bravissimo,
Have a look at that.
bravissimo, bravissimo. Bravissimo davvero.
Grazie mille, Caterina. That was good fun. That was
Like this technique.
good fun. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was great. And Caterina's just watching a couple of my Expat Lifestyle with Bad's video clips. I'm educating her about that. She's really keen. She's been fantastic today in here. And Caterina was telling me that she has family groups here. She's had up to 30 in here doing just what I did, some instruction and then just improvisation and going for it. And they have a great time. They really do. And she's allowed me to just show you her studio. Really experience this. So I'll put all the details in the video description below, of course. And I strongly encourage you to come in and come and visit Caterina here. It's so central to the historical centre of Florence. Oh well, that was great fun in there with Caterina. I've got the finished product, the grand reveal when I get back to the apartment. Now, Caterina's given me some details about her friends who have the mask shop just around the corner actually, and they do lessons and so on, mask making and whatnot, and I think it'd be great. If you're here in Florence, and particularly I'm thinking kids too, or the kids at heart. So that art lesson I had was fantastic, really enjoyed it. I was just thinking it's a bit of a confidence thing too. You just got to, I'm worrying about making a mistake, but it's art, isn't it? You've got to be creative and go for it. As Caterina said, improvisation. Firstly, some reflections regarding my experiences when visiting Caterina Balletti's art studio here in Florence. What I found so positive about Caterina was that her studio is not just about the sale. So I encourage you to look for a studio where there are opportunities for you to have some lessons like I did, a little bit of education, that there is a commitment to develop relationships. And from my experience, we visited that studio 2 or 3 times before we purchased, and once we did purchase, Caterina immediately invited me back for a free lesson. So the lesson I had with Caterina yesterday was a free one. We had a beer afterwards and she has invited me back for further free lessons. So a forging positive relationship. I think that's what you should try and do, although I know that if you're only here in Florence for 2 or 3 days, that's going to be impossible. Nevertheless, wherever you are in the world, and you're looking to purchase something from the art world, these are things I think that are important. So from the lesson I had yesterday, I'm pretty happy with that. And to link it in with the start of the video where I sort of talked about being in the moment, enjoying that sunset, so that we're not distracted, we're not thinking about what happened yesterday, what is going to happen tomorrow, what we have to do. We're in the moment and we're just enjoying what we're doing. And I did experience a little bit of that yesterday when I was working on this. So yes, I did have some distractions, like the camera. Do I put it on time lapse? How's the battery going? So that was in the background, as well as the thought was, what if I don't produce something that I think is worthy? But it's just a ridiculous thought, isn't it? And it's breaking up that being in the moment. So I do encourage you, wherever you are, to try and find those moments where you can be in the moment and not being distracted by thoughts of yesterday and possible regrets and things that are going to be happening in the future. Being in the moment is truly wonderful. It's mindfulness at its best. It's like massaging for your brain. So look for those opportunities. Now, what about the artwork I purchased? Let's have a look. And the first item is just here, a little Florentine boy. We're all very, very familiar, aren't we, with Pinocchio. And look, this item is quite lightweight. Apparently it's made from aluminium or aluminum, and each little Pinocchio is quite unique in that it's the paintwork's quite different and so on. Now, with artwork, this one's from the heart. We both really just liked this little piece, and because I ride my bike to and from work each day, and I've got a little basket. Actually, I've got 2 baskets. So it's going to be a great little memento down the track. When I look at this, I will think of Florence for sure, and my daily commute, gym bag in the front, computer bag on the back. But because I've got that connection now with Caterina and her studio, it's just going to have a bit more meaning to me personally. So price, I don't want to give you exact figures, but put it this way, this was had 3 numbers involved. Okay, and the other item is a larger piece. It was painted on a window shutter. Okay, so it's quite large. It's a big heavy piece. I've got it mounted on the wall, so I'll move the camera and we'll have a look at that in the next room in a moment. Now, this particular piece we just loved as soon as we saw it, and it's obviously a Florentine scene that is so iconic and famous, and quite unique in that it's painted on a window shutter. It's about 6 foot in length. We just really like this piece. You know, it's for our home. We're not investors in art or anything like that. It wasn't cheap, however, 4 figures for this one. What do you think? So that's about it for me, Expat Lifestyle with Babs. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button for more content just like this. Now, coming up, Christmas is not far away, and the Florence Christmas market is not far away either. So I'm looking forward to getting back there and having a good go at the apple strudel. The mulled wine is also pretty good. I'm also trying to plan a quick trip up to Germany to visit 1 or 2 of the Christmas markets there before meeting my 3 lovely children in Bali for Christmas. It's a lot happening. I wish you all the best. Have a great week or 2 before I see you in my next episode. Ciao.